Hi everyone! We're going to be reading a bunch of short stories from Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. This book has so many great one-page biographies about incredible women in history. So today, we're going to start out with the story of Florence Nightingale. What I really like about these stories is it tells them like a bedtime story or a fairy tale, or it starts with once upon a time. But keep in mind that these are real people who did some incredible things. So let's get started. Florence Nightingale was a nurse. So once upon a time, a baby was born to an English couple traveling in Italy. They decided to name their daughter after the beautiful city where she was born, so they called her Florence. Florence loved traveling. She loved math and science, and she loved collecting information. Whenever she traveled to a new place, she would note down how many people lived there, how many hospitals were there, and how big the city was. That's really important information that she was collecting. That's pretty important in today's time too, making sure there's enough hospitals for the amount of people in a city. She loved numbers. Florence studied nursing and became so good at it that the government sent her to a hospital for injured soldiers in Turkey. As soon as she arrived, Florence started collecting and examining all the data she could find. Data, what we were learning in math, the information. She discovered that most of the soldiers died not because of their wounds, but because of infections and diseases contracted in the hospital. So they weren't dying from the injuries they came in for. The hospitals weren't sanitized correctly, or there were other problems she noticed. The very first requirement in a hospital is that it should do the sick no harm, she said. She made sure that everyone working there washed their hands frequently and kept everything clean. At night, she carried a lamp as she made her rounds, talking to her patients and giving them hope. And thanks to her, many more soldiers made it home safely, and she became known as the Lady with the Lamp. She lived from May 12, 1820 to August 13, 1910 in the United Kingdom. A quote that she said was, "I attribute my success to this, that I never gave or took any excuse." I love that quote. Her saying that she succeeded because she never gave excuses or complained. She just worked really hard. Even when she failed, she kept working hard. Well, I hope that we can see a lot of us take that skill into our own lives like Florence Nightingale did, and we can persevere, give hope, and remember, like she told everyone in the hospital, to wash our hands. Until next time, everyone.